なくした約束は欲しい思い出はかけたい四つ葉の子は探しながら君の顔ちらり盗み見ては目をそらす優しい雨は降る私たちの上にすれ違う人の数だけどまぶしくなるの壊れた大切なものといつかまた会える日が来るかしら残した傷はよけきれないそれぞれの場所までもう行かなくちゃShe reeks of alcohol.
Sorry to do this to you. I realize calling you this early on a holiday is not cool.
I'm so sorry. I never thought the day would come when Nomia'd be asking a favor like this one. Let's have a look at you. Jeez, how much booze does somebody have to toss back to end up reeking this bad? Young lady, you are officially pickled. I'm so embarrassed.
Looks like the party moved here after the festival.
Khalid and his friend came over. We were up all night. They just left a little while ago.
Oh.
Sounding a little sleepy over there, Nomiya. Are you sure you don't want me to drive for you?
That'd be great. I'd appreciate that.
Well, look what the cat dragged in! Where the hell have you been? Why didn't you call home?
Excuse me, sir. You're Ayumi's father, right? It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Miwako. I work at the Fujiwara design office. I'm a friend of your daughter's. I'm so sorry about all of this. It's entirely our fault. I'm afraid it seems we gave your daughter a little too much to drink at our cherry blossom viewing last night. I brought you some sweet red bean rice I made this morning. I hope that you like it.
Huh? Oh, thank you. Thanks for keeping an eye on her.
I can't imagine how worried you must have been. Again, I'm so sorry. Of course, I suppose we should have telephoned you. But we had our hands full dealing with your daughter, throwing up and carrying on. Well, you know how she could be.
I'm so sorry I had to deal with that. Don't you ever learn, Ayu?
So, guys, what did you think of my performance out there, huh?
That was awesome.
I owe you one.
She smells like she jumped into a keg of beer. How much did that girl drink anyway?
I don't even know. Tell me about it. I was on a Ferris wheel with her. I opened every window I could.
Ferris wheel, huh?
Oh.
That's not your style, Nomiya. So how did you make out in the end? Did you swallow her whole? Or did you just take a bite?
What do you mean by that?
Her unofficial bodyguard said you're the type who just wants a taste before tossing her aside. You know him?
Yeah, unofficial bodyguard. Right. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint. No juicy details to pass along. Let's face it. The truth is, cushioning the fall of someone with a broken heart isn't a barrel of laughs.
My. Well, Ayumi certainly found herself a fine cushion, didn't she? Didn't she? Nomiya?
I think he's asleep. Looks like he just kind of conked out.
I guess he's all partied out, huh? Pretty sad for a player.
Well, what do you think of that lunch Miwako packed you?
You kidding me? This is the best lunch combo ever. You got the fish sausage action, pickled yellow radish goodness, and the rice balls. She's awesome!
I'm guessing you liked it then. Miwako's the queen of making mixed rice.
I'll make you some rice balls!
That place was pretty cool. Let's go there again sometime, yeah?
You mean Fujiwara Design? Sure we can.
I'm not even sure what I'm looking at here exactly. You know what I mean?
Wow, is this outfit custom made?
Okay, what do you think?
You were awful. Leave it there. That was absolutely perfect.
Shinobu, you should drink less next time.
Whatever. Fish sausage for everyone!
Hello. Oh, yay. Sleeping. What? Yeah, I guess so. Where are you right now? Me? I'm at the office. Yeah, I slept here.
Morning. How you holding up?
You're up early. Wait a minute, don't tell me you stayed up the whole night.
That phone call, was it for Mr. Nomiya?
Yeah, it was.
So what did he say?
That he was about to take Ayumi back home and that he wants me to come along with them. Very unusual behavior for Nomiya. Not like him at all.
Where are they right now?
Yokohama. He said they're gonna ride a Ferris wheel or something.
My intuition may not be worth much, I don't claim it is. But I have a feeling that everything will be all right. You want to go on the ride? Well, you've been looking at it this whole time. Thought maybe you'd like to ride it.
Have I been? Really?
That's when I realized it. I had noticed that mixed in with the research shots he'd taken for work, there were a lot of pictures of the Ferris wheel. I wonder what was going through his mind as he took them. But they all seemed to be very important to him. Each one felt nostalgic, like it meant something special to him.
No, it's okay. For me, Ferris wheels are for looking at, not for riding.
I bet he's been looking at that Ferris wheel for a long time now. That takes care of lunch. Shall we get going?
Sure.
The next time I see Mr. Nomiya, maybe I'll ask him about his first Ferris wheel ride.
Sometimes wishing for your own happiness means wishing for someone else's misery. It's as if they come as a set, like two sides of a coin. But if that's how it is, then... Huh? Shinobu?
Hey!
I heard from Sensei that you faked your injuries! Where do you get off faking being injured like that? Do you have any idea how worried we all were? What's wrong with you, Shinobu? Why are you always pulling stunts like that?
Don't tell me about being worried. Do you know how worried we were?
Shinobu...
Hey, here's a newsflash for you. I'm not sure you realize it, so let me tell you. You're a very lucky person. We were up all night worrying about you. Do you know that? 2 grown men couldn't sleep all night because they were so concerned about you. So, Ayumi, just make sure you don't do anything reckless like that again. Okay? Please.
You were worried? Give me a break. Shinobu, you big dummy. You left the country without saying a word. How dare you lecture me about worrying?
I'm sorry.
You didn't call us the whole year you were gone. Not once.
I'm sorry.
He kept saying it. I'm sorry, over and over. He promised me that the next time he left for somewhere far away, he would keep in touch with video chat. He looked me right in the eyes with this serious look on his face and promised me. And then we walked home together, hand in hand. I couldn't pray for myself, but I said a prayer to the moon above us. I prayed for the happiness of the one whose hand I was holding.
Sensei.
Hey.
So, what made you want to be a teacher anyway, Sensei?
Huh? That's a good question.
Just something you fell into?
No, I was rooming with my friends a million years ago. The 2 of them were insanely talented. They could draw anything, make anything. But when it came to courses like art history or anatomy, they were practically flunking out.
You gotta help me!
When you lift your arms like this, the collarbone goes up, see? Not just the shoulder blade, got it? And there are 2 bones here below the elbow.
You make it so easy to understand.
Hold on. So did you really memorize all the muscles and bones in the human body?
It was nothing.
So why are your figure drawings so lousy?
Yeah.
Hey, give me a break!
Please teach me about this, Shuji.
Yeah, me too. I'm all ears.
Oh, all right. They were so insistent, there was no refusing them. But you know, when I saw them actually begin to learn and understand, I realized teaching was something I enjoyed. And so, I thought, why not, you know? Yep, that's how it happened.
Wow, you sure helped them out, didn't you?
Hearing you say that helps me a lot, actually. Because at first I was pretty down on myself, always wondering why everyone else was so much better than me. What was I doing in art school anyway? Everyone around me was so good.
He's being self-deprecating about it, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm envious. I think what he's managed to do with his life is incredible. He found people who needed him, and he responded to that. He found a niche for himself, a place in the world. Sensei? So, I was talking to Haku before, and I was asking what she's gonna do when she graduates.
So, what did she tell you?
I'll go back home to where I grew up. I'll grow vegetables and raise chickens, and I'll paint every single day, just like I used to. Houses in the countryside are big, with dirt floors and high ceilings, so I can make whatever I want. And every now and then, I'll exhibit a few paintings in Shuji's friend's gallery. Money isn't important, as long as I can afford rice and art supplies. I just want to be able to paint every day. I'd like to stay here in Tokyo with all you guys, but the rent in town is so expensive, you know? Also, I definitely don't want to be a burden to Shuji.
Everybody's got their future all figured out. Everybody but me, that is. Even Hagu.
I see.
Pineapple! Nobody's here? What a drag. What, are they all out having a grand old time without me? Bunch of freewheeling hedonists. Ah! It's a Korobokoro! That one's for the Four Seasons exhibit, isn't it? And the one to the left is for the Kaiko Award. Am I right? Hey, what's the deal? Tell me why she's painting pictures like that.
If she wants to be a working artist in Japan, they're not so bad, really.
Why don't you stop her?
Hagu's capable of making decisions for herself.
You know it, don't you? You know damn well that Hagu's meant for much bigger things than this. She should be painting things that end up in museums so that anybody in the world can see through her eyes. 100 years from now, 300 years, when we're all just dust, her creations could live on. They deserve to.
Maybe you're right. Even so, what if the price of that immortality is too high? How many female artists can you think of who made their mark in history? Not many. How many were happy? Fewer still. She could devote her entire life to painting, every waking moment, and there's still no guarantee of recognition. She would never have peace of mind and could never enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Is that really the sort of happiness you'd wish upon her?
But isn't it your job to protect her from all that?
Maybe he's right. Looking after her is my job. He certainly wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Shinobu's just not that type of guy.
Sure. Got it, yeah. I'm on my way.
There's a world I can't reach, no matter how hard I look for it. Dreams and aspirations slip through my fingers. So am I using Hagu to reach them now? Am I doing what's best for Hagu? Doing what will make her happy? Or living vicariously? Can I honestly say that my motives are selfless and pure?
Hey, what's that, Nomiya?
A Harada design card. Huh. The 6th floor. Wasn't Harada design on the 7th?
Right. They just turned the 6th floor into the new office area, and the 7th floor is now where Rika actually lives. Isn't that great?
What do you mean?
Think about it. She has to spend all day with that shady pervert. I was worried sick. Picture it. Him creeping through her bathroom, burying his face in her bath towels and inhaling deeply. Or even worse, stroking her bathtub, imagining her sitting inside of it. Ugh. So, did you do that kind of stuff?
What are you, nuts? I would never do something that disgusting. I am not a pervert.
He totally did, huh?
Man, were we as pathetically transparent as him when we were his age?
Hey, maybe we should lay off him a bit. Judging by his reaction, he's probably done even worse stuff than that, you know?
Now we're just getting warmed up.
Great. Seriously, this is like watching a highlight reel of when I was young. Like you guys are forcing me to flip through my old yearbooks. Thanks a lot. You're seriously torturing me right now, you know that? It's like watching a rerun of your own life.
Huh? You went through a dorky phase too? I don't believe it.
It's sad but true. I didn't always used to be this suave, you know. As much as it pains me to have to admit it, Takumi and I actually do have quite a bit in common. I spent years trying to get rid of all that embarrassing stuff I did. And then this jerk waltzes in and does all that stupid stuff I've been trying to forget about. I can't stand it, Miwako. I just can't stand it.
Takumi isn't doing it on purpose, silly, and he doesn't like it any more than you. He really hates coming across anything but perfect in front of you.
Mr. Nomiya is cool and all, but I kind of sort of despise him.
Well, that isn't very nice.
You know how tough it is? Having to deal with a person who is everything you want to be in the future?
Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever heard? Aw, you're everything he wants to be.
Everything he wants to be. Please. You see, that's exactly my point. You're not supposed to say stuff like that. Then again, I know for a fact that Takumi has his fans, too. So where does that leave me?
My word, you're still at it. Why don't you rest for a little bit? Have some tea or something.
Oh, right.
I admire your focus. I thought you were just throwing a few as gifts for the alumni meeting, but you made enough to give each person a whole set. You don't do anything halfway, do you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess we really only needed 14 of them, huh?
Is there something on your mind, perchance?
I'm sorry.
It's quite all right, child. When the answers elude you, working with your hands is the best thing you can do. You can tear your hair out over a problem or beg somebody for the answer you need, but when you don't know, you just don't know. It's strange. If you empty your mind and let your hands work with the clay without telling them what to do, sometimes the 100th piece you make will have your answer written all over it. So then, time to get back to work?
Sensei. I understand now.
Oh, he's racking up 52 more!
What? You've been using our expensive Shigaraki clay? Ayumi, please, think of the department's budget!
All right, Answers, here I come!
Stop, I take it all back!
Sensei, I finished organizing all those books. Sensei? Hey, wait. I wonder if Hagu's still around. Hagu? I'm useless. I can't ask what's the matter, or say I'll listen. They're just words. It's too late for that. They won't even reach her. She's in a battle, and I can't help her fight it. But I wonder, which is worse? Crying because you know what you want? Or crying because you don't? I only know one thing for sure. Even if I used every single word I know, I wouldn't be able to stop her tears. It's empty. Next, Chapter 21. I'd always been afraid.